Hi, my name is Colin Graham, and I'm the creator of the Ancient Evil City Crawler terrain set. It's 3D printable terrain that is used to enhance your game of Warhammer Quest Curse City, as you can see right here. And so these walls are all 3D printed, either on resin or FDM printers, and the tiles themselves sit inside a magnetic tray that you print, and you insert the 5mm magnets inside of them. And the 5mm magnets, they come to you shipped in a container like this, typically, and inside these padded sealed containers, you will find a box of magnets, which will look something like this. This one's got a few taken out of it, but usually this cube is full, and that's 1,000 5mm rare earth magnets. They come come like that, and you take your pieces for your tiles, and you put the magnets inside them, and then you glue the top plates on, and then the wall pieces also have a spherical magnet, and they connect back down on top. And on the side of the pieces, we also use a 4x2mm magnet to connect the ends, and we have an entire video about that. You can see you can check the description to see that video as well if you want to see how the magnets are put in, what method we use. This is what they kind of look like as they kind of come to you. They're 4mm by 2mm depth, and so these can actually be a little bit tricky to get. We're in a kind of a global supply shortage, and it used to be that you could just go to you go to Amazon, or you can go to Amazon Canada and Amazon.com, and if you're in the States or wherever you are, and you could just buy the magnets, and you really can't find them anymore on any of those sites. Because we were doing this with the Starcrawler terrain set, I started working on a magnetic set. We had to try to look for some other ways to get them. The place that I found that seems to work the best was, and I had a really good success, I'm very happy with the magnets I got, was from TOMTOP. They're kind of like an Alibaba kind of, or an AliExpress kind of website. This is $43 US for 1,000 piece rare earth magnets. They do come in the multicolor set. You can't get them in just black. I wish you could get them in just black, because the way that we build the terrain pieces, the magnets actually are a little bit visible because they connect better when they're visible. But nevertheless, you get this nice multicolored magnet set, that's these magnets. This set was delivered in a pretty reasonable amount of time, from what I remember, and I was happy with the results. And so you can get them from TOMTOP. They will ship to the United States. They'll ship to Canada, and $43 US is a pretty good price for 1,000 magnets. Let's see what else we got. Well, if we go to AliExpress, we actually see there's just not a lot of options. Like, why do they have pictures of children playing with magnets? This is just like the most dangerous thing ever. This kid's going to have surgery. So magnets can be a safety hazard around children and pets. You need to be very careful about that. If they get inside, they stick inside the intestines. They can stick, and you need surgery to get them out of this. They do not pass through the body, from what I understand. So they are quite. You have to be very, very careful. Don't let them anywhere near. Don't let your pets or your children near them. But that's okay, because we're playing Warhammer. Because honestly, like, you're not gonna let your kids near these little tiny models, because they're gonna, or your pets. You don't want them. So keep your kids and pets away from your magnets. But we can see in here there's not a lot of great choices here, and I just like clicking on this. This is $61 US, which is $50. Actually, I think I have that open here in this tab. Yeah, silvery is the color. They're silver, or multicolored. 1,000 pieces, $61 is $50 US, so that's not too bad. What was that compared to TOMTOP? TOMTOP was $43.99 US. And let's see. Some folks had mentioned that they had been able to get them off Etsy, and I've also been noticed that we have people, local sellers here in Toronto, that sell them in like 216, I think is the magic number. Or 512, I think is the other size. I usually use 216. But I find that they're more expensive to buy them, but you can get them locally. It's always a question of, like, I don't think you're supporting anybody's business necessarily by buying locally off Kijiji. Or maybe you are. Maybe you want to support some local hustler. or Craigslist or whatever you have in your country. Facebook Marketplace. But I don't think this is necessarily a great choice. Somebody had found some decent deals on here from our Starcrawler group, but I didn't find anything good there. Deal Extreme, $57.99. You can get them from Deal Extreme. Okay, so if you're like really stuck, I guess you could get them from there. But remember, TOMTOP had them for $43.99. That's a lot of price difference. So that's what you need. So and these magnets are expensive. Another option that you could use in the set, and I've tried it out, is a 4x4 millimeter magnet. Will actually fit inside of our 5 millimeter hole, but they kind of align on a kind of a weird angle, and sometimes they don't kind of just align super easily. So they will work in a pinch if you're really stuck. But and they are cheaper. That would be a 4 millimeter by 4 millimeter magnet. The other size of magnet that you need is where are we here? This is what I bought off AliExpress. That was 95 Canadian, which is probably about $80 US, depending on the price difference at the moment. That sounds like that's a lot of money, but that's a lot of magnets. And that's not all. I've actually used quite a few out of that, actually. That is heavy. 5,000 of these. I will probably never buy 4x2 millimeter magnets ever again. And I print a lot of projects with these. So, that's probably what I would recommend, is just grab a batch of this. Maybe don't get 5,000. I kind of overdid it. Maybe 1,000. We actually need to kind of try to figure out what the estimated number of these magnets are for you when you're buying a set. And I mean, the real reason is because, like, if these magnets are coming from China, it's like, how many days is that going to take you to get there? Let's see here. Well, TOMTOP, I think I'm shipping to the United States from the warehouse in China. You can get them in 5 to 8 business days. I think we can all wait with the way that supply chains are currently working. I think 5 to 8 business days. Hey, it takes time to print this stuff anyways. So this might be a good bet. I think this is the best bet, is TOMTOP. Let me just change that to Canada. I want to see if Canada is the way to go. 7 to 12, but it still won't cost me anything. So I can wait 12. I can wait between 7 and 12 days to get this. This might take a little bit longer. If I was in a pinch, I might try to order a small set off Amazon or somebody local. See, you can search around and see who you can find locally who has it. But as I said, these things are hard to find because we're having supply chain shortages all over the world. And and restrictions and stuff with COVID, so got to hustle a little bit to find it. So TOMTOP is my go-to. I'll post the link for that in the description. You could go to AliExpress. You're talking about TOMTOP is $44 US. AliExpress is $50 US, and Deal Extreme is $58 US, and 5,000 of these magnets. Let's actually see if there's any other options here. 5,000 of those were $95. Sometimes at the bottom of the page they'll offer you something similar. No, this is a product that I bought. This was just this massive amount of magnets. 4x2 millimeter magnets. Oh, by the way, TOMTOP doesn't have 4x2 millimeter magnets. I don't know why. They just have these magnetic balls. That's just what they do. Look, you got lots of options here. Let's say we want 4x2, 1,000 pieces, $23. There you go. So about $6. So that's 23 Canadian. So that's probably like $19. Yeah, something like $19, and that's probably $4 in shipping. That's pretty solid, and you're not, like I said, you're gonna use those in the ends of all the pieces, but of each wall piece. So you're gonna go through those fairly quickly, but you're not going to you're not gonna like break the bank on the 4x2 millimeter magnets. The reason we use the spherical magnets is because the polarity flips, and you really can't screw up the polarity on those magnets. When you're attaching them together, they really, and the walls do really go. Let's go back here to our walls. They really do connect always in the same direction, so in a continuous direction. And the little corner pieces, let's see if we can spot one of the corner pieces here. There's a corner piece, probably, yeah, there's a corner piece right there. So that corner piece, no, it's behind my head. These bigger corner pieces, we can see kind of where my little magnifying glass is here. These ones will have a magnet in the end like this, and then this square piece here will, like that, will have a magnet in the end, and then these corner pieces, they have a magnet that goes this way and a magnet that goes that way. So the corner pieces, the magnet changes the direction of the flow of the wall. And so you always put the magnets in the same way, and if you just always align them to a piece that already works, then it's just all going to all clip together, and then, you know, click, 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 and these sets go together super fast. It's not like open lock clips or some sort of clip system where you're going to, like, no, you just put these magnet pieces together. It is fast. So that's why we do it the way we do it. It's a lot of work in the setup, but in the building the pieces and getting them all done. But once you paint them in, you'll never see those magnets. And they're all completely hidden and internal, or they kind of blend in really well once it's all painted up. And so that's the way to do it. So hopefully that we'll put some of these links into the description, but hopefully that will help you figure out what you need to do to get the magnets for your set. I would recommend to get 1,000 magnets of the spherical magnets, and you might need to get more as you go. We're going to try to build the max. We still haven't quite figured out, because there's so many different configurations for these tile sets. We really haven't figured out what the max number tile sets are, and you can kind of build them. You could build these differently, a little bit differently each time as you start putting the pieces in. You could build it with a different configuration of pieces. So we don't really want to like have a map that you follow down each piece. So you just look at the board, put your pieces on in an order, and it will all make sense, and it'll all magnetize. So we don't know the exact number of magnets at this point, but as people start to build it, we're going to get a better idea. And as we sort of play more games with it, we'll get a better idea how many magnets are needed. But I would recommend, probably 1,000 of those, and 1,000 of the spherical magnets, 1,000 4x2s and 1,000 spherical magnets. That should cover you very, very well for the set. And if you run out, it won't be that much more to get the magnets you need. All right, so hopefully this video was helpful, and if you have any comments or you find any other really good places to buy magnets, just throw them in the comments, and let's help each other out in building this terrain set in this time of magnetic shortages.